have in their reins, they will certainly rack up the points. And you mentioned about getting it early. We're looking at Sekhukhune, we're looking at Kaizer Chiefs, we're looking at Orlando Pirates as well. You want to get those early points in because now you start to travel on the continent, and that takes a toll on the squad and the confidence and the back and forth, so important to rack it up earlier.
Yeah, most certainly. And, this team, Sekhukhune United, what they did today was being efficient. Because you see, it's a route one ball, and later on you'll see it's a similar type of a goal that they score. It's route one, and then Robla knows what to do. He decides very well to take a position outside and not come inside, because you can see now Miguel is getting dragged towards the player that has broken through, which is Matimbi. Now, Robla, being the player that he is, he knows that the only place where that ball can go is towards the far post. And that's why I said his movement is just so impressive. And
it's intelligent,
he came with experience, knowing what the man on the ball could potentially do. So you get in his mind to make it easy for yourself to be in a position to finish easily.
Yeah, it's the old school third man running. Play to the top man, get in behind the defense, and I think we spoke about how good Kaizer Chiefs defense was, not conceding up until today, but I think a little bit naive, especially with the third man running. Two players going for one man and then getting caught in behind. So take nothing away from Sekhukhune. It was once again a very tactical performance from them. And as Sia mentioned, they were very clinical when they were given the opportunity.
That's right. Fantastic start for Sekhukhune United. The equalizer when it came as well for Kaizer Chiefs, from an individual that many of you were really excited to see starting today.
Yeah, in previous games, recent games, this should be enough to win them again, because they were keeping clean sheets and they were tight at the back and they didn't make the mistakes that they made, because they do have the quality to break down defenses, because they break two lines with just that Sereno pass. But then Lilepo has the ability to run at players, and he has the aggression and the pace to get past defenders like he does here. And also the intelligence to know what to do when it gets closer to the line, with bodies throwing themselves to try and block that, because that's not easy to get. It's not very difficult to pick out a man inside, a striker inside the box when you find yourself in that place, because most of the players are going to try maybe to chip it or play it a little bit higher, so for a defender to block, but he plays it low, and then it makes it difficult for the goalkeeper also to defend it.
Yeah, Kaizer Chiefs got their goal because in the final third there was a ball played through. They used the individual brilliance from the wing player as well, and they managed to unlock it. On the second half, after conceding the second goal, they totally panicked. They had a different approach. And it was hit the striker. So that lets you know that lacked a bit of confidence, lacked the belief in how they managed to get their goals. Yes, they scored 1-1-1-1 leading up to your 5 goals for them. So you got to believe in what how you've strategized in the week. And when you concede, don't panic. And I think they just panicked a little bit.
Yeah, for De Silva, we're just looking at some trivia there. The fact that scoring in back-to-back encounters, he was a sub against Golden Arrows, and now, of course, getting that goal starting in this encounter. You spoke about the importance of that for his confidence.
Yeah, that's what strikers need. They need goals, and that's how they build their confidence, especially when you're coming into a new team, which is the case for Flavio. So as much as the team has lost, I think for the striker, he's done his job. He got the goal. Sia said if it was the Kaizer Chiefs for the last 5 games, they would have kept a clean sheet, they would have gotten 3 points. But you were up against this Sekhukhune side that not for the first time has taken the bigger team scalp in the opening match against Orlando Pirates. Today, a solid performance. This wasn't luck. It was calculated. It was planned. And as Bradley says, Grobler, now they're going to take us serious.
Yeah, that's right. And of course, for Bradley Grobler, we said, he's got this penchant for scoring against Kaizer Chiefs. Now he made things clear. It is personal for him.
Yeah, you can see here. There's not much threat. It gets under control. But then when it gets to Lilepo, then that mistake then just presents an opportunity for Grobler. And I think at that point, because when Mahalwa still had the ball down the left, Grobler was just making movements, trying to lose McCarthy there. McCarthy was trying to wrestle with him to a point that I think he got too absorbed in trying to track Grobler. And then now he's nowhere. That Grobler is just alone there, finding himself a position in the box to turn and shoot. And I think for a man like him, he shouldn't be left in that position alone and not controlled, and no centre back next to him. But I think because of his intelligence, he made prior movements before the ball actually broke when Lelepo made a miss pass. Now the situation presented itself to him through a Monare maneuver, then it ends up now finding himself free in the box. It's a difficult situation to control as defenders, especially when when the ball switches hands. You're in control of the ball one moment when Froster had it, and then the next moment position switches hands. It becomes very difficult to control situations.
Yeah.
They're very scrappy in the box there, but this just shows you the brilliance of Bradley Grobler. A good striker knows where he is in the box. So the minute he gained possession, he knew that if I spin, I'm in line with the near post, So those little movements that he uses, his spatial awareness is how he's become the talisman that he's been.
Final nail in the coffin there for Sekhukhune United to complete the route today.
Yeah, it's the third man running that beats him there. You could see trying to play from the back, but then it was just a wild dink up front to lose it, and a brilliant run from Munare. But what Munare does is a typical striker's run. Yes, he gets in behind the defense. The first touch, he knows Froster is chasing him, so he needs to put it on his right foot. The second touch is away from the defender behind him. And by that second touch, here's the first one in the line, second one there. The third one, away from him, he creates a bigger angle for him to now slot it in the near post there. So this is what a typical striker will do. So we just got to take hats off to the birthday boy for his intelligence and knocking the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily take the entire team to break through lines and get behind the defense or to create a goal scoring opportunity. Sometimes you just need two people with the right understanding. Robler losing a Miguel, first he manufactured that space that he found himself before the flick. Prior to that, he made a few movements that actually got Miguel out of position. But then the flick on and the understanding of Munare to run at the same time, and also beat the offside trap, and also make it difficult for Frosler to control him in between the fullback and the centre back. That's just two people that actually had an understanding, and boom, Munare is in behind and is inside the box and is finishing.
Yeah, so the big story, of course, Brandon Peterson was poised to make a little bit of history there between the sticks for Kaizer Chiefs. He had kept 6 clean sheets in a row, and that is for the first time since Sekhukhune in the 2016-2017 season, and was looking to make it 7, but Sekhukhune United said no. On the other end, though, I mean, you look at the scoreline, and you might just forget that Kaizer Chiefs really pushed so much in the second half. Zabata, the other end, kept busy.
Yeah, he always looked like he was in control. You're not Zambia's number one by chance, and I think Coach Eric Tinkler mentioned it just before this. Myself and Sia was wondering why Lina was not in the park. Maybe he got an injury. But when you have a goalkeeper of this caliber, it just gives the defense so much more confidence. His positioning, number one, is always good. When he parries it away from the danger. So his experience here just coming to the fore, and possibly stopping Kaizer Chiefs from getting the response, and a big part of why Sekhukhune got the 3 points this evening.
Yeah, I don't think Kaizer Chiefs played badly today. I think that's why I said at halftime the game is like balanced. It's pound for pound, and the resistance and the good organization of Sekhukhune United, especially in these areas there, as you can see, there's barely a space for anyone to maneuver, and hence it's like Sticker said earlier, that they tried now to dink balls into the box for the striker. It's because of the good organization of Sekhukhune United, and coupled with a few saves from Zabata. You in these type of games where you are playing against a team that is just next to you, just in second place, just above you, it's going to be like that. And I think the frustration also was in the fact that they conceded goals that they were not supposed to concede. So they were sort of surprised and then started panicking, because those are all mistakes in the goals that they conceded, which is something that hasn't been happening of late.
Yeah, look at that. What a performance from Toaster. 8 saves in this encounter. So far, the highest tally in the league for this season.
And that wasn't just coming off the line, catching a cross. That was proper saves. And we've seen the last opportunity. They needed to get down, get low. Also, when you save it, where do you knock it to? his reaction to get up and make the second save, So a proper performance from Toast Mbata, and I'm sure Eric Tinkler and as well as the defense will be happy to have a solid goalkeeper behind them.
Now, certainly will. Now, you take a look at the numbers. These are the stats. So, Toaster, really, I mean, if you look at the opportunities that Amakosi fashioned for themselves in front of goal.
Yeah, I think Toaster looked very solid, and he never shook, even when he got that injury in the head after he considered a goal. But he came back strong. He was brave. He got into challenges. He wasn't scared to come out and get into those 1v1 situations. So